Hello YouTube. Okay, this is my first video. I'm Cece Queenbee or Celia, but you can call me Cece because that might be easier. A lot of people don't know how to pronounce my name. I'm making this video because I've seen a lot of other people do videos for when they're on their journey for weight loss surgery, and I have been exploring weight loss surgery since I guess about, September, October. I went to the seminar in December, and then shortly after that, in December, I went and saw the surgeon who gave me the options. And I'm not going to lie, at first I was kind of like, what's the point? Because at the seminar, all I heard was blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the surgery helps you lose weight, but in the end, you still have to make the lifestyle changes of healthy eating and exercising in order to keep the weight off. Well, hell, I can do that on my own and probably lose weight. So, yeah. Right? Yeah, we've all done that, right? But the problem is just like with everybody else, eventually those habits get harder to keep up for whatever reason. Real life, I guess, comes back into play, and I don't know, those habits just become harder to uphold. I'm not really sure why, but they do. So I started looking into it a little further, and I started watching videos on YouTube and exploring it. And one of the things that I've come away with is how it does seem like when you have the surgery, those lifestyle choices are a little bit easier to maintain and uphold, even if you have a bad day, than they are when you have a bad day and you haven't had the surgery. Like normally when I have a fuck it day, it's a fuck it day. It's an all out binge fest, and once I've decided to go off track, it's the day is shot. What's the point, right? So all day long I'm shoveling food in my face and thinking, oh, well, I'll just get back on track tomorrow. Well, usually the next day, because I've gone and wrecked it the day before, I guess those carbs, they call them the carb monster, and aptly named, I say, it demands to be fed. And when you're already heavy and you're already struggling with your weight, it can be hard not to listen to that monster and feed it. Whereas with the surgery, it seems as though, and maybe I'm wrong, but it certainly seems as though it's easier to control those urges and easier to say no to the monster. And at least if you can't say no, your portions are so small anyway that the damage is much less than it is now when I have a fuck it day and I eat carbs and I'm out of control. Because right now, let me tell y'all, I can put away probably as much as a professional football player or some other such, man-sized portion. You think of, a man-sized portion, and I can put away some food. So I started looking into the surgery, and the lap band scared me because I was worried about it slipping, and I have small children that I have to lift daily, multiple times a day, and that would scare me about slipping. So I was either going to go with the gastric bypass, which is what I was most familiar with, because obviously that's what most people have. But being that I have no comorbidities, I have nothing wrong with me health-wise. I have no blood pressure issues, no diabetes, no sleep apnea, I'm just overweight. And honestly, I'm not even high enough overweight. I'm not even what they consider technically morbidly obese, because you have to be 100 pounds or more overweight, and your BMI has to be at 40 or above. Well, guess what, folks? I was at I forget, 90 some pounds overweight, and my BMI was 39.2, which is ridiculous. But so the surgeon bumped my numbers up, asked me not to really lose a whole lot of weight until he sees me again after all my pre-op testing, which I kind of thought was crazy, when he also told me that in order to be successful, I needed to try to follow the post-operative diet in order to, be successful. Well, I've been doing that, and guess what? I've been losing weight. So I kind of had to stop that a little bit. But anyway, he bumped my numbers. He fudged my height a little bit and brought me down. I'm not quite 5'6", or right at 5'6", and he brought me down to 5'5", and he bumped my weight up to, I was 244 at that appointment, and I think he bumped me up to 250 some. I don't really know what he bumped me up to, but he bumped me up to get my BMI to 40 and to over 100 pounds. So I'm grateful, obviously, but it's kind of ridiculous that I feel like I can't lose any weight in the preoperative stage until I see him again. And yet, in order to be successful, he says I should follow the or post-operative diet. And I'm like, well, how do I do that and not lose weight? Whatever. So anyway, so that's where I stand. I've done all the testing. I had to go do crazy amounts of testing. I had to do a sleep study and colonoscopy and EGD. Luckily, I'm 40 years old, and I've already had some of the other testing. I had to have a pap smear and a mammogram, but I'd already had that done, so yay me. But I also had to have, I forget what else. Anyway, it's all been taken care of. The only thing I have left to do is see the nutritionist, which honestly I'm super excited about, because I'd really like to speak with them. And one of the other things on my list that I'd really like to do is they have, here we have a local support group, and they meet once a month on the first Tuesday of every month. And unfortunately, I missed the first one in December, or the last one in December, should I say. And the next one wasn't meeting until February, because the first Tuesday in January was right after New Year's, and so they decided, I guess, not to meet. And unfortunately, I somehow missed that one, obviously, because I'm not used to going, so whatever. So I made myself all kinds of notes and set all kinds of alarms on my phone and on my tablet, which is what I'm using right now to tape this with. Yay, I love my tablet, by the way. Anyway, hopefully, I'd really like to speak with some post-operative people. The problem is, and I've heard this in a couple other videos, and hopefully this will not be true at this particular support group, but who knows, I guess I'll find out, is that a lot of support groups are mainly pre-oppers and not post-oppers. That will be frustrating. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it would be really nice to speak with some post-oppers, if I can. I joined a group on Facebook, the Sassy Sleevers, because the surgery I've decided on is the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. And they have been ultra helpful. So now I'm just, kind of buying my time, waiting on all the things to be checked off on the checklist. Once I see the nutritionist, that's pretty much it. I go see the surgeon again, and then I guess the surgery needs to be approved or denied, and then if it's approved, it's schedule time. If it gets approved, which honestly I can't imagine it wouldn't, but you never know how it is. Surgery can be funny, or insurance can be funny sometimes. But if it gets approved, which I'm pretty sure it will, I'm looking at having surgery in like probably April. And like I said, I'm super excited. I really hope this will be an awesome journey. So anyway, I hope you'll join me on the journey, and I look forward to posting again soon. So yay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, YouTube.